The world of celebrities is like a glittering tapestry woven with dreams, ambition, talent, and the relentless spotlight. And every so often, a story emerges that reminds us of the very human side behind the fame. Like when Blake Lively, known for her grace style and powerhouse performances, stepped into headlines connected to legal disputes involving Justin Baldoni. And while the details of cases and filings may sound heavy, the larger truth is that stars just like us navigate complex challenges and seek justice, fairness, and respect. Blake, who first stole hearts as Serena Woodson on Gossip Girl, has grown into one of Hollywood's most admired women, balancing blockbuster roles, motherhood, entrepreneurial ventures like her successful beverage brand, and a powerful presence on the red carpet, where fashion designers dream of dressing her for the Met Gala. Yet beyond the gowns and cameras lies a woman determined to stand her ground and protect her legacy. And that is what makes celebrity culture so captivating. It is not just about glitz, it is about resilience. And speaking of resilience, we cannot forget her husband, Ryan Reynolds, whose own journey from comedy star to global action hero with Deadpool shows how reinvention and persistence can create icons together. Blake and Ryan represent a couple that blends humor, authenticity, and stardom, becoming a fan-favorite duo who use their platforms not only for entertainment, but for philanthropy, whether donating to food, banks supporting children's hospitals, or advocating for underrepresented voices. They remind us that fame can be a vehicle for change, and when stories like Blake seeking damages surface, it is not scandal alone, but a glimpse into the realities of protecting one's work identity and integrity in the complex world of Hollywood contracts, productions, and collaborations. And this thread of humanity links her to so many others across the celebrity universe, from Britney Spears, who after years of struggle and conservatorship battles reclaimed her freedom, inspiring millions, while also offering public words of support to Justin Bieber during his own tough times, showing us the power of compassion among stars, to Selena Gomez, who has been open about health struggles and heartbreaks, yet continues to shine with her music, her acting, and her rare beauty brand, making her both relatable and aspirational, to Taylor Swift, whose journey from country singer to global superstar is a lesson in artistry, ownership, and resilience, as she re-records her albums to take back control of her legacy, all while breaking records and connecting to fans like no one else can. And then we see figures like Rihanna, who transformed from pop queen to business mogul, with Fenty Beauty and Savage X. Fenty creating empires that celebrate diversity and inclusion, and using her influence to support global causes, showing that celebrity is not just performance. It is leadership, and entrepreneurs like Kim Kardashian have rewritten the rules of fame, turning reality television into billion-dollar businesses, and now even studying law to advocate for criminal justice reform, while her sister Kendall Jenner rules the runway as a top model, and Kylie builds beauty brands that redefine marketing for a new generation, proving that reinvention is the heartbeat of celebrity stories across generations. And as we drift between music, film, sports, and fashion, we find that these lives, though extraordinary, are threaded with the same themes of love, loss, ambition, triumph, and the courage to keep going, making this entire world one massive storybook that continues to evolve with every headline, every concert, every movie, and every moment of connection between stars and their fans. And as we continue this journey, we cannot help but admire how Blake Lively has always balanced elegance with authenticity, whether dazzling at premieres or speaking candidly in interviews. And even as her name is tied to legal matters with Justin Baldoni, she remains a figure of resilience, much like Zendaya, who grew from Disney Channel roots to becoming an Emmy-winning actress in Euphoria, a blockbuster star in Spider-Man films, and a fashion trailblazer who uses her platform to inspire young people. Zendaya is a symbol of what it means to evolve gracefully under the spotlight, and alongside her, Timothée Chalamet has carved out his space as one of the most captivating young actors of his generation. His performances in Call Me By Your Name Done and Little Women show a versatility and sensitivity that has made him a cultural phenomenon. And when these two young icons appear together on screen, they represent a new wave of Hollywood that blends art depth and star power seamlessly. Much like Blake and Ryan embody a modern couple who balance family and fame and shifting from Hollywood to music. We find Drake, who started on Degrassi as a teen actor and transformed into one of the most successful rappers of all time, with hits that dominate charts year after year. His ability to adapt his sound and remain culturally relevant has solidified him as a global superstar, and his love for Toronto, his philanthropy, and his connections with fans make his legacy bigger than just music. And then there is Beyoncé, the queen whose name alone sparks awe from Destiny's Child. To her groundbreaking solo career, she has redefined what it means to be an entertainer, with performances that feel like cultural milestones, like her iconic Coachella set that became a historic celebration of Black excellence. And through her Ivy Park fashion brand and philanthropy, she continues to expand her influence, showing that true legends never stop evolving. And across the sports world, LeBron James embodies greatness, not just as a four-time NBA champion, but as a philanthropist who founded the I Promise School, giving disadvantaged kids a chance at better education. And his journey from Akron, Ohio to global icon mirrors the same thread of ambition that drives stars like Blake Lively to stand firm in their truth even when challenges appear. And then we see Cristiano Ronaldo, whose rise from Madeira, Portugal to global football dominance is a story of relentless discipline. His philanthropy and his role as a father endear him to millions, while his rivalry with Lionel Messi creates one of the greatest sports narratives of all time, and Messi himself, with his quiet humility and artistry, on the pitch crowned by leading Argentina to World Cup victory, shows us that greatness is not always about loudness, but about consistency and heart. And when we look at Serena Williams, we see the embodiment of determination on and off the tennis court. Her 23 Grand Slam titles, her fearless fashion, her role as a mother and entrepreneur, all make her an icon whose influence stretches far beyond sport. And these stories mirror one another in a larger constellation of celebrity lives, where resilience, creativity, and humanity shine brightest. And through it all, we return to Blake Lively, who remains poised and powerful, even as headlines swirl around lawsuits, because she is more than just an actress. She is a storyteller, a businesswoman, a mother, and a figure whose strength echoes the resilience we admire in all these global stars. And as we look beyond Hollywood, we see that the magic of celebrity stretches far across the globe to Latin music superstars like Shakira, whose hips don't lie made her an international sensation, but whose philanthropy through the Barefoot Foundation, building schools in Colombia, proves that her heart beats just as loudly as her music. Her resilience through personal challenges and her ability to continue creating global hits show a spirit that fans cherish, and alongside her, Bad Bunny has become a cultural force redefining reggaeton and Latin trap with a fearless style that celebrates identity and challenges norms. His concerts are experiences of unity and pride, and his collaborations continue to break records, while his activism for Puerto Rico and marginalized communities makes him more than just a star. He is a voice for change. And Karol G, another Latin powerhouse, embodies empowerment and authenticity. Her songs about independence, love, and resilience resonate deeply with audiences worldwide, and Maluma, with his charm and global reach, represents the new era of Latin crossover stars taking stages from Medellin to Miami. And as we flow from Latin rhythms to the K-pop wave, we cannot ignore the massive influence of BTS, whose journey from small agency beginnings to world domination is a story of persistence, artistry, and connection. Their ARMY fan base represents one of the strongest communities in the world, and their music themes of self-love and resilience mirror the very struggles and triumphs celebrities like Blake Lively face in their personal journeys, and Blackpink stand equally tall as queens of K-pop, breaking barriers with their fierce performances, fashion influence, and empowering presence in a male-dominated industry, showing that girl power is not just a phrase, but a global movement. And groups like Stray Kids and 17 continue this momentum, proving that the global stage is richer than ever, with new voices shaping culture and inspiring fans in every corner of the world. And as music brings us together, we turn back to film, where legends like Denzel Washington stand as proof that dedication to craft creates timeless icons. His performances in Training Day, Fences, and Malcolm X are not just roles, but lessons in storytelling, and his role as a mentor reminds us that greatness is also about lifting others up. And Viola Davis, with her raw emotion and truth on screen, has become a symbol of power and authenticity. Her Academy Award, Emmy, and Tony make her a rare Triple Crown achiever. But it is her advocacy for equality in Hollywood that cements her influence beyond cinema, and Keanu Reeves, often called the internet's favorite actor, is beloved, not just for the Matrix and John Wick franchises, but for his humility, his generosity, and the way he treats fans and strangers alike. His story is one of tragedy, resilience, and kindness, proving that even in Hollywood, compassion is the greatest currency. And when we weave these lives together, from Shakira to BTS, from Denzel to Keanu, we see the same golden thread of perseverance, compassion, and humanity that ties back to Blake Lively, who, even while navigating legal complexities with Justin Baldoni, remains an image of grace and determination, and just like these other stars, her story is not only about fame, it is about protecting identity, legacy, and integrity in a world that watches every move. And when we look back through history, we find legends whose names will forever echo through the halls of music and culture, like Michael Jackson, the king of pop, whose groundbreaking albums Thriller, Bad, and Dangerous reshaped the very definition of performance, and whose influence continues to inspire artists. Across every genre, his humanitarian efforts, often overlooked, were vast, as he gave millions to children's charities and causes worldwide. And then there is Whitney Houston, the voice of a generation whose renditions of songs like I Will Always Love You and Greatest Love of All remain among the most powerful recordings ever made. Her journey was not without challenges, yet her legacy of brilliance, resilience, and emotional honesty lives on in every artist who grew up admiring her and Prince, a genius whose artistry blurred boundaries of genre, fashion, and identity, creating a space where individuality reigned supreme. His unforgettable performances, his mastery of instruments, and his daring style carved out a legacy that proves creativity knows no limits. And then we have Dolly Parton, a queen of country music whose songs like Jolene and Coat of Many Colors transcend generations, but whose philanthropy through the Imagination Library, gifting millions of books to children around the world, has made her a true beacon of light. And in more recent decades, Adele has captured hearts with her unmatched voice and honesty, from Someone Like You to Hello to Easy on Me. Her music is a mirror for healing and growth. Her concerts are not just performances, but shared emotional journeys. And then Sam Smith, whose authenticity and bravery in embracing identity, while releasing powerful hits like Stay With Me and Unholy, remind us that celebrity can inspire fans to live their truth without fear. And Coldplay, led by Chris Martin, has built anthems like Fix You and Viva La Vida that fill stadiums with hope, unity, and love, while championing environmental sustainability and charitable causes that go far beyond their music. And when we shift into the world of fashion, we see Naomi Campbell, the supermodel whose iconic runway presence made her a legend, but who also used her platform to advocate for diversity in fashion, paving the way for future generations. And Virgil Abloh, whose work with Off-White and Louis Vuitton changed how the world viewed fashion by merging streetwear with luxury, leaving a legacy of boldness and vision that will inspire designers forever. And Kanye West, though controversial, remains a figure of reinvention, whose music from Graduation to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy has reshaped sound, while his Yeezy brand changed the sneaker and fashion industries, his creative drive, reminding us that innovation often comes from those unafraid to break rules. And Kim Kardashian, whose journey from reality TV to billionaire mogul with Skims Beauty Ventures, and her advocacy for prison reform demonstrates the power of reinvention and influence. Her fashion choices set global trends, her business acumen redefined celebrity branding, and her philanthropy shows another side often overlooked. And as we trace these stories of music icons and fashion leaders, we return once again to Blake Lively, whose name in headlines connected to legal battles with Justin Baldoni may seem like one more Hollywood story yet. In truth, it symbolizes something much greater: the determination to protect one's legacy, the courage to speak out, and the resilience to balance artistry, family, and public scrutiny, all while remaining an inspiration to fans who admire not just the gowns and roles, but the person behind them. And like Michael, Dolly, Adele, Naomi, Virgil, and Kim, Blake's story is another thread in this grand tapestry of celebrities who remind us that the spotlight may shine brightly, but it also illuminates humanity in all its strength and beauty. And when we turn to the new generation of music idols, we find Ariana Grande, whose voice and artistry have made her one of the most powerful pop stars of her time. Her journey from Nickelodeon actress to chart-topping singer is filled with resilience, especially after the tragic Manchester concert bombing, where she returned with strength and compassion, organizing a benefit concert that became a global moment of unity. And then there is Billie Eilish, who emerged with a hauntingly unique sound and visual style, winning multiple Grammys. While still a teenager, her authenticity, vulnerability, and openness about mental health have made her a voice for her generation, proving that being different can be the most powerful gift. And Olivia Rodrigo, too, has captured hearts with her debut Sour and follow-up Guts albums. Her ability to turn heartbreak into anthems for young fans worldwide makes her one of the most relatable and exciting voices in pop today. And then Harry Styles, who after One Direction carved out a solo career filled with artistry, charm, and fashion bravery, blending genres while redefining masculinity with flair. His concerts are celebrations of joy, inclusivity, and love, making him a cultural icon whose influence stretches far beyond music and alongside him. Megan Thee Stallion has risen as a force of empowerment, turning personal challenges into art and advocating for women's strength and independence. Her unapologetic style and her philanthropy efforts highlight her depth beyond the stage, and Doja Cat 2, with her genre-bending music creativity and humor, embodies the boldness of modern stardom, captivating millions with every performance. And these modern artists show us that fame today is about connection, honesty, and empowerment just as much as it is about hits and records. And when we step into the sports world, we see Serena Williams once again standing as a titan. Her journey to 23 Grand Slam titles an unmatched achievement, yet her greatest victory might be her role as a mother, entrepreneur, and advocate, showing that greatness evolves with time. And Simone Biles, the most decorated gymnast in history, has inspired the world not only with her athletic brilliance, but with her courage to step back during the Olympics to prioritize her mental health, sending a powerful message that even champions must care for themselves. And beyond sports, the realm of influence stretches into activism with young leaders like Malala Yousafzai, who survived unimaginable challenges to become a Nobel Peace Prize winner, advocating for girls' education, and Greta Thunberg, whose voice on climate change has mobilized millions, showing that fame does not always come from the stage or screen, but from the courage to stand up for the planet. And when we thread these stories together, from Ariana's resilience to Billie's authenticity, from Harry's inclusivity to Serena's dominance and Malala's courage, we find the same essence that runs through Blake Lively's journey as she navigates legal disputes with Justin Baldoni, balancing artistry, motherhood, entrepreneurship, and advocacy, with a quiet strength that reminds us all that celebrities, though larger than life, are still deeply human, and their struggles, their triumphs, and their choices resonate with us, because they mirror the universal quest for purpose, love, and legacy.